live Q&A session, Muay Thai style, and also some giveaways. So make sure you stick around to the end because I got some special stuff going on. And even if you're watching this in the future, you're not watching it live right now, I'm going to be doing a little special promotion on something new that I have coming out, but you're going to have to wait until towards the end of the live stream, so make sure you stick around. But man, this morning time for me here in Thailand. I don't know where you guys are watching from, but make sure you let me know. And this morning has been a rough one, I'm not going to lie. Pulled my back a little bit. The dogs woke me up, just barking at my ghost or something. And it's just pissing me off, man. Just pissing me off. But once you're here, let me know that you're here. Drop a comment. Let me know where you're watching from and all that good stuff because I can't tell if everyone's here yet. But boom, boom, boom. Morning, everyone. So as you can tell, I'm actually not typing right now because, or am I? You don't even know. I'm just a fucking ninja. You know what I mean? So thank you. Thank you, Mikey, for the shout out on the great videos. I'll be having more YouTube videos coming out on a more regular basis in the near future. Right now, I have a few work projects going on, like this 5-day Fighter's Body Training Secrets Challenge. If you haven't signed up for that, it's in the description, so make sure you go check that out. But once you guys are in here, we got someone from Germany. We got Dr. Sidekick from Germany. What's up? Let me know where you guys are watching from. It's always interesting to see where you're all coming from. Norfolk, Virginia, USA. USA is a little crazy right now. I'm not going to lie. I'm not too upset. I'm too far out. Maxwell, what's going on? Good to see you again. Appreciate you here on the last stream. Am I right? It's good always to be seeing the same people coming over and over and over again. But Uruguay, hell yeah. We worldwide. We got Germany. We got Virginia, we got Uruguay. My free t-shirt is on the way because you got that question. You got the answer to that question. Who was the two opponents that Saenchai fought on the same night in the same fight? It was Pechboon Chu and Sakadao. I got to train with both of them. Pechboon Chu taught a clinch seminar at one of my Thailand training camps at Kang Sita in Bangkok. And dude, his clinch was next level. We got Sydney from Dallas. What's up, Sydney? Good to have you here. In Canada, Vishal, what's up? So if you guys have any Muay Thai questions or mindset questions, nutrition, training, life, business, anything, I'm here at your beck and call. So just give me a question and I'll do my best to answer. But in the meantime, we'll also be doing some giveaways. So first question, David Hurtado Sr., what's your diet like? My diet varies, but right now I'm not fighting, but I'm still trying to eat pretty healthy. So I'll give you a quick breakdown on my day-to-day. So I typically fast in the morning. So I'll wake up, I'll drink just some lemon water, and just maybe I'll have a black coffee. There's debate whether or not black coffee breaks the fast or not. Half people say it does, half people say it doesn't. I just like to have my bias say that it doesn't. So I'll drink a black coffee in the morning, and then I won't eat until around like 11. And usually it'll be a juice. I'll make a juice, usually with like oranges and lemon and apples or carrots and celery. So I like to get like a rush of vitamins inside me. I'll digest that a little bit, and then I'll have my first meal of the day. And usually it's some type of breakfast meal, like a brunch. It would be like an oatmeal bowl with some bananas and honey and peanut butter, or acai. There's a lot of acai here on the island, so I know the best spots to get the best acai bowls with some nuts and pumpkin seeds and that kind of stuff. Or I'll have like an egg breakfast, so like poached eggs and avocado toast or something like that. And every once in a while I'll get pancakes. Actually, I shouldn't say every once in a while. I get pancakes often, but they're good pancakes. They're like sweet potato pancakes, so they're healthy, right? And then I'll let that digest a little bit. Then I'll snack throughout the day on just like some fruits or like bananas and apples and oranges and maybe like a granola bar here or there. Then usually I'll have like a pretty good sized dinner. Usually it's a Thai meal, so Penang curry or pad see ew or you name it. some chicken and rice, usually how it goes. But we also mix it up. Sometimes get Indian food and whatnot. So hopefully that answers your question. Who got some more questions? Who's got some more? You're the champ. Maxwell, how could I get better at my lead leg repeater kick? Well, the obvious answer is practice, right? And the other way, the other answer is just practicing your balance. A good way to practice your balance is doing some balance and teep. So this way you can get all your weight on this post leg, and you're able to really get a good feel for what it's like to just balance on one leg. I like to have my head over my post leg as well. We talked about in the last live, if you like to lean back when you kick. If I lean back when I kick, I feel like my center of gravity is going back and forth. So I like to have my head above my leg. Other than that, when you're doing repeated leg kicks or lead leg kicks, like the motorbike in the background, like I said, I like to keep my head above my post leg, and my upper body is going to be pretty much locked. I'm just going to be kind of doing a little shoulder shove. So I'll be here and just going back and forth like this. So I won't be completely rotating my body back to kick like I would if I throw a switch kick. I don't even really do that when I throw a switch kick. But the main concept is just having all your weight on that post leg and then just drilling that repetition. I kind of wish I could give a better answer, but repetition is key. And also just videoing yourself is also going to be beneficial to see how your balance is and everything. And yeah, so I know we got a lot of questions last time. And I wasn't able to get to all of them, so I apologize. But my assistant Scott is in the background. You don't see him. He's a little ninja who is posting the questions and the comments on the screen here so I can read them. If you have a question, it would help if you put a Q in the beginning. Q and then like a dash and then the question. So this way he can kind of sort and sift through the questions a lot quicker because we get a decent amount of comments because guess what? We're live on both YouTube and Facebook, bitches. Because that's how we fucking roll, you know? So first off, let me know, I'm interested in how long you guys have been training. I want to get a good feel for like who's watching. Are you relatively new to Muay Thai? Have you been training for years? Are you doing it just for fun or are you doing it to compete? The mailman, what's the max weight a fighter can cut before you consider it extremely dangerous? It kind of depends on the weight of the fighter to begin with. So the heavier you are, typically the more you can cut. The lighter you are, the less you can cut, just because of the way that weight and math works, right? So me personally, I cut about 20 pounds. I cut from like 165 to 145. But everyone's body is different. Like I fought someone at 145 who was a fucking beast. He was like 180 plus. And then you see guys like Conor McGregor who go down to 145. Saenchai doesn't really cut any weight. I actually had a conversation with a friend of mine because his son is a wrestler. And he was saying his son just cutting so much weight all the time. And there's definitely diminishing returns. And it kind of just depends. You have to just do it based off your own body, your own mind, your own experience. And it definitely takes practice. And it definitely helps to have someone around you. But typically, I forgot what the percentage is, but like I'm not good at math. I failed math twice in high school, so I apologize. But it's like between like 5 and 10% of your body weight is a good amount to cut. So I don't know what 165 to 145 is, but that's generally like a pretty solid amount. So I can be more specific. I am the Muay Thai guy, but I'm not the Muay Thai guru who knows all the answers off the top of my head. I apologize. So yeah, let me know how long you guys been training for. I'm super interested. Like you've been training for less than a year, you've been training for more than a year, you've been having a couple fights, or you haven't been 4 months for fun and health from Amy. Awesome. You can't get more fun and healthy besides the whole getting punched in the head. But other than that, it's definitely going to keep you in shape. And like I wouldn't be nearly as disciplined and humble and maybe I'm not the most humble person, but I want to be as disciplined and healthy. That's what I meant to say. Frank, you're new to it all. Well, welcome to the Muay Thai world, brother. Happy to have you here. This was, it starts off as a hobby, becomes an addiction pretty quickly. Is weightlifting this? Yes, both. should focus on both if you can. I always give Don Heatrick a shout out whenever it comes to weightlifting questions. I can definitely answer your weightlifting questions, but if you want someone who's like a nerd of this shit and is like specific for Muay Thai and strength and conditioning and weightlifting, definitely go check out Don out. I've interviewed him on the podcast a couple times. He knows his stuff. But a solid strength base is definitely really important because you don't want to get pushed over and put around by your opponent, right? But at the same time, you need stamina because otherwise you can easily wear down. So it's definitely about all these points of your game and make them the best. Your technique, your mindset, your strength, your cardio, your balance, your control, your flexibility, like all these things are super important, right? So it's important to kind of do like a self-assessment. I was thinking about actually creating attributes or type, so you know what weaknesses are. If you're something like that, interested in like a Muay Thai self-assessment worksheet, because I've been meaning to do that for a little while, and I just need some motivation. So drop an emoji. Let me know what's up. We got some more questions. Always interested to hear the questions that you guys got. We got Dylan. When I check my case, some muscle in the calf starts to hurt a lot, but not. I mean, every day I jump rope about every run. Just run, skip, and calf raises. Those are the best ways to strengthen your calf muscles, in my opinion. And bike, you can also bike stuff as well. We got a bunch of people watching. Thank you all for tuning in. I always love doing these. About a week, on the 25th, I'm going to be doing a live 5-day Fighter's Body Challenge, where I'm going to be sharing with you a lot of my motivation tips, how to stay disciplined, how to stay motivated, and also some of my favorite exercises and workouts, and a whole Muay Thai strength and crash course as well. So make sure you sign up for that at thefightersbody.com/challenge. If you haven't already. So this way you can just kick 2021 in the fucking love to say the same shit over and over again, apparently. Oh, by the way, we got some new Nak Muay Nation gloves too. I'm going to be sharing these in a minute. I'm assuming you're saying, like, how do you work the range of fights? Jab and teep are really good ways to find your distancing in your range. Throwing fakes to get your opponent to react will also help you gauge your range and gauge your opponent's patterns and everything as well. But jab and teep and all the roundhouse and the lead teep are your longest weapons, right? So using those, not necessarily to land strikes, but to find where you are in relation to your opponent, is a good way to find range. The Thais are really good with their lead teep. So if there's anything, that lead teep is the longest weapon. I mean, it will, not that will beat every strike, but it's definitely a good one to start with. We are at question. How cold is it down there at the moment? Here in Bangkok, it's cold. It's not too bad. In the morning, it's bad. Last week, it was just like cloudy and rainy, and so it was pretty chilly. But hopefully the weather broke, and it's better than New York winter weather. I'll tell you that much. So I can't complain much, because I was living in New York this time of year was dreadful. And that's one of the main reasons I moved out to Thailand, because I can't deal with the fucking winter. Used to play hockey and everything, and that was the only saving grace I had during the winter. Other than that, I'm not a winter person, not at all. Hope you guys are enjoying this, by the way. If you're enjoying this, give me a thumbs up in the comments. Let me know, and I'll make sure to stick around a little bit longer. Question: how do you know if you got what it takes to go pro? You put in the work, you challenge yourself, and then you'll find out pretty quickly whether or not you have what it takes. Because if you're fighting amateur enough, you should fight amateur as much as you can and just get the ring experience. And then through those competitions and experiences, you'll find out whether or not this is for you. In the last live I did, I was saying my job as a fighter for my opponent is to make them question everything about their life choices. I want to beat the shit out of them so bad that they have to go home and think, hey, do I really want to be a fighter? Is this really for me? And if they say yes, like I'm going to come back, I'm a fucking warrior, and no one's going to stop me, then they're meant to be a fighter. But if they're like, no, maybe this isn't for me, I don't really want to deal with this pain or disappointment anymore, then they're on their way to something else. But you have to also be aware that you're not going to make a lot of money. People love you when you win. They don't really care about you when you lose. And the fight game is a rough game, man. It's definitely takes a certain type of individual, but the best way to find out if you're made out for it is try it. Give it a go. Get in the ring. Fight as often as you can. And then just keep climbing the ladder until you feel like it's time to go pro. Boom. Boom. My favorite kick. Niall, what's up, brother? It's good to see you here on the live. I've been really enjoying my just lead teep, specifically from southpaw, because I'm righty, right? So my right leg is I'm just more controlled and powerful with that. So from southpaw, my lead teep can really just set up so many different things. So even though I guess it's not like a roundhouse kick, it helps set up my roundhouse kick. It helps set up my jab and my lead side strikes from southpaw, and even from orthodox, throwing the lead side. When I'm southpaw, I love my left roundhouse. I try to mimic like Yachts and Clyde a little bit in that sense, or pretty much any southpaw, right? If you can time your left roundhouse against an orthodox fighter, it's fucking cash money. So I guess my left roundhouse from southpaw is one of my favorite strikes. But my distancing still isn't like the best with it. Sometimes I catch with my foot as opposed to my shin. So I gotta work on that a little bit. But it's all a learning process, if you know what I mean. If you guys have questions, just post a Q before the question so my assistant Scott can know it's a question. We got Lamjed2. When can I use a spinning elbow? Whenever the fuck you want, man. You're the boss. You're the fighter. You do it whenever you want. But typically you want to set it up. So I like to set it up. Disclaimer, I've only thrown one spinning elbow before in a fight, and it didn't really work out that well. So I'm not an expert at spinning elbows. But if I were to throw a spinning elbow, I would set it off by throwing a hook. And either if I miss the hook, spin the elbow, or I would fake the teep and step across and spin the elbow. Or I would throw a roundhouse, and if I miss, throw a spinning elbow. Or I would jab to the body and spin the elbow. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. So it's good to just kind of mess around, see how your opponent reacts off a certain strike. And if you can throw, definitely you want to throw a strike usually before you spin. Watch Gaston Bolanos. Just watch all his fights. He lands spinning elbows every single fight, and he's like killed some people. So just study him and see how he's done it, and I'm sure you'll pick up some cool tricks there. Boom. Lead hook tips. So my lead hook, I broke my arm in a fight from a kick. So when I throw a hook with my knuckles like this, with my knuckles like this, it really hurts my arm. And so I much more turn my fist so it's like this. And I found that it's actually a lot more beneficial in a number of ways. First, my knuckles are actually hitting, my main two punching knuckles, if you will. Where if I'm here, I usually am hitting with like the middle knuckles, I guess you can call them, or I'm slapping my opponent with like my fist almost. And also my elbow tends to be a little bit lower when I do this, and my wrist isn't as solid and fortified. Where if I just turn this over like this, my elbow naturally comes higher, so the angle of the hook is a little bit better, and then my wrist is in line with my my hand and my arm. So this way, it's a lot more solid when I'm throwing this hook, right? So I like that, this elbow up. When I throw the hook, also I want to make sure my chin is tucked behind this hook, because I want to avoid any counters and make sure this other hand is up as well. And then make sure you're just not like telegraphing the shit out of it, like dropping from the hip and coming here, right? If you're fighting, you're here. You just want to kind of rotate your shoulders just slightly, and then boom, just snap it, okay? And if you're able to snap it just super quick, I like my right hook from southpaw, then you're really able to, I like to use it for a check hook. So if someone's coming in, I'll throw the hook and step off and kind of let them move to the side. And I'll almost sometimes use the hook to slap. So sometimes if I want to, I'll use like a slap or the inside of my palm. I'll just kind of bitch slap them, right? I'll bitch slap them and turn them into me and push them into me. And so this way I can follow up with a roundhouse. So there's some tips for you. Hopefully those are applicable to your situation. Boom. Favorite boxing combo? Jab cross. Simple. Dude, that shit works. I mean, you watch, I've been watching, what did I see recently? Oh, Nango. Nango just knocked out Radlek on one championship. You know how he knocked him out? Jab cross. Now Giorgio Petrosian knocked out Joe Narawat, jab cross. You know how Sanchez won a bunch of his fights with the jab cross. Like there's the jab cross is the most basic, but the most overlooked boxing combination. Super simple. I also like the hook cross because the hook, sometimes I can just kind of throw enough power where it kind of turns my opponent a little bit, and then that cross can come right down the middle. But yeah, jab cross, where it's at. Basics, man. Basics wins fight. I'm not a fancy fighter by any means. I just throw punches and kicks and the occasional knees and elbows, and I'm not spinning, I'm not jumping, I'm not doing anything crazy, and it's been working well for me. Obviously, there's times for more advanced combinations and everything. Ernesto Hoost, he likes to throw the jab cross, and he'll throw the jab cross more as just a distraction to get his opponent's hands up, and then he'll throw the liver punch. And so that's also a good combination. Boom. Got so many good questions. Thank you, guys. Question from James. See how he noted a Q before his question. James, you are the man. I appreciate that. A southpaw. So my lead leg is the best way to. What is the best way to rotate my hip after stepping over with my left foot? So I'm a southpaw. So with my lead leg, what is the best way to rotate my hip after stepping over with my left foot? I'm not sure I understand the question. Stepping over with your left foot. Stepping over where with your left foot? Like, are you? Let me see if I can get in. I don't think you can even see me back here. But best way to pivot, rotate your hip. I mean, most of the time, is obviously your foot is going to have a lot of say stepping to the left. The left is this way. Oh, so when you step to your left, right? So you're ideally, whenever you move in any direction, if I move to my left foot is going to move first. If I move to my right foot's going to move first, right? So if I step to my left, that's southpaw. I'm southpaw right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that my feet are underneath me before I do anything. So you don't want to be like stepping and then your feet are too wide. I know you can't really see my feet right now, but my feet are wide. And so I'm a little too wide enough to be able to defend or attack properly. So I need to make sure I cover the same distance with my opposite foot. And then I'm just going to step with this foot. And when I step with this foot, it's going to pivot out slightly. And then I'm just going to make sure I rotate my body, thrust my hips into the air, and get my shoulder and my body to turn. And so regardless if you're stepping left or right, you just want to make sure your feet are underneath you. And then you want to step and pivot, okay? I'm not sure if that is the answer to your question, but I tried. But essentially, you just want to have a really good base. If you have a really good base, then the hip rotation and everything is just going to come naturally from your kicking technique. So if I'm moving to my left, boom, my feet are underneath me, then I'm going to step and turn. And I almost like that because you can move to your left, and then you could use that counter momentum to step and then come into that kick with a little bit more power. Boom, 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 boom. Hardest combination of the heavy bag blueprint. That is a good question, doctor. Whether it's the hardest or not, I'm not sure, but one of my favorite combinations is some switch striking. Like I said before, I'm not much of a fancy fighter, but I like to switch my stance a lot. So I think one of the combinations is I'll switch. So you know how you throw a switch kick, right? I like to throw a switch cross, hook, and then either like a knee or a roundhouse. Other than that, some of the more difficult combinations in the heavy bag blueprint for me have to do with spins, because when I spin, I get fucking dizzy, man. Just one spin and I'm dizzy. And so I don't like to spin because then I'm all disoriented and shit. And so anytime I'm throwing a spinning elbow or spinning kick, which is very rare, I feel like I'm going to throw up afterwards. So I try not to do that. All right. Scott S. Free weights or body weight workout? No strict martial arts training, but workout with a black belt, so he teaches me a lot of these kicks. I mean, honestly, both if you can. A combination of free weights and body weights is going to be the best way to just develop the kind of strength, coordination, and athleticism that you need to be the best martial artist you can. That being said, if you can, free weights are going to be slightly better, in my opinion, because you can add weight to it, right? I mean, if you can add weight to pull-ups and push-ups and dips and your body weight exercises, great. Because the thing is, too, you're fighting someone your weight. So if you can move around your own weight very strongly, very powerfully, then you're going to be able to move your opponent around. But that being said, you need some added resistance. And so as much as it's good to have the body weight, explosive movements, and that kind of stuff, they're really good for like plyometrics and power. You need a really good solid strength foundation. And so doing squats and deadlifts and bench presses and that kind of stuff are really going to be beneficial. So if you can, do both. And like I said, check out heatrick.com. I will give that guy a shout out until the day I die, because his stuff, when it comes to strength and conditioning for Muay Thai, is the best by far. That being said, if you don't have access to weights, body weights are definitely more than, or not, maybe I shouldn't say more than enough, but they're great. Yoga or dynamic stretching to throw high kicks? Yes. So a lot of these questions I'm getting are one or the other. Both, like everything, right? So like, what's better, body weight or free weights? What's better, yoga or dynamic stretching? What's better, kicking or punching? Like they're all great, right? And so yoga I find to be really beneficial, more than just for developing your high kicks. Speaking of which, I have a free high kick yoga flow specifically for questions like this. So if you go to nakmuaynation.com/high kicks, my wife Liz, who is a Nak Muay and she is a yoga instructor, she created a yoga flow specifically for your hips and hamstrings, so this way you can kick people in the head. Awesome. So go check that out. But dynamic stretching is also going to be important, and so is some like long static stretching holds, also known as yin yoga in that side of the world. So yeah, a little bit of everything. Ideally, I try to stretch every morning and stretch after every training session, stretch after every before every training session, stretch at night. Just be stretching. If you want to throw head kicks, just stretch. Also, the technique and everything is going to be really important as well. A lot of people always focus on flexibility, but the technique of the actual kick is going to be important. So is mobility. Doing some mobility work. Check out Ito Portal on YouTube. He was Conor McGregor's movement coach, and a lot of the stuff that he has is really good for hip mobility and dexterity and just body control, which is important as a martial artist. You guys are killing it with the questions. I got 30% left on my my computer, so that's how much longer I got. What's your favorite way to move in for the clinch? Good question, Jim. I don't really like the clinch, so I don't really have a favorite way to move into it. Typically, when I'm in the clinch, I try to do enough damage and sweep my opponent, so this way we can get back to punching each other in the face. But if I were to get in the clinch, usually just like a good march like this with a long guard is enough to freeze your opponent and get them kind of stationary. And especially if they're up against the ropes and everything. So sometimes just throwing a jab and then moving forward as you're throwing a jab. And I like to lift my legs up nice and high, so this way I can be ready to check. And I also can be ready to knee as I come in. Then I have the long guard here, so this way I'm able to defend any punches and also ideally grab my opponent. So using the long guard is really important. And just using the jabs and then lifting your legs up, so this way your opponent, a lot of times when you start lifting your legs up like this, your opponent is just going to kind of freeze and not know what to do. And they're not going to angle off or anything, so you can just kind of walk right into them. But make sure that your hands are up, right? Because otherwise you can get caught with some elbows here and there. Boom. The definition of anarchy. About to buy the new gloves. Got a discount code for your live viewers? Ha! Great question. You know what's funny? You read my mind, because I'm actually doing 24 hours, $20 off. Boom. So go check them out. They're right now. I'll give you a little sneak peek preview of these motherfuckers. So it took a lot longer to make these than I was originally hoping. I was hoping to have these ready for like Christmas and stuff, but better late than never, right? So right now they're $20 off. The beauty of these things is that not do they just have one strap. They have two straps. And so when you put them on, honestly, they have solid good padding. And when you do this double strap, right? So I got one strap here and one strap there. It's like super snug, and it feels really tight and protective. Not so tight where it's like constricting myself, but tight enough where it's really locking in my wrist. So when I'm throwing these punches, they're super solid. And yeah, I'm really happy with how these came out. And I'm even offering a 30-day warranty, because this is my first batch of these new gloves. They're premium leather. They're high quality. We went through so many different manufacturers to find the right one, and this seemed to be the right one. So the 30-day warranty is just to guarantee that you can smash the bag and spar as hard as you can for 30 days. And if any of them, like, I don't know, if the stitching falls out or the Velcro dies or whatever, I'll send you a whole new free pair, because I want to make sure that you guys are getting the best quality gloves possible. So you go to NakMuayNation.com. Scott, drop a link to the gloves. And yeah, we got three different types. We got red, white, and black. White and black. And then black and white. So all kind of, it matches all the Nak Muay Nation stuff, so you can look super sexy. That's the way to do it. So yeah, grab yourself some gloves. There's obviously limited quantity, but I will make sure to try to keep them in stock as much as I can. But for the next 24 hours from this stream, you can get them for $20 off. So grab them soon. Boom. I am very happy with how they came out, though, and I'm pretty proud of them. So when you get them, if you get them, I would love to hear your feedback. Your feedback is crucial to making sure that I just come out with the best quality products. That's also ideally affordable, right? I don't want to make them too expensive, but I also don't want to make them cheap either, because I want to make sure that they're high quality. So when you get the gloves, test them out, use them, fucking punch and kick and do all this shit as much as you can, and then let me know what you think about them, okay? So what else we got? Got 28% left, still killing it. At the Rhythm, do you use double end bag in your training? Not usually, because I don't have access to it. The gym, Diamond Muay Thai, that I typically trained at, they did have double end bag, but I ended up breaking, so I don't really use it too much. But I have used it in my training, and it is fun, because it's really good for your reflexes and your movement and everything. And so I would definitely add it to my training if I had more access to it. I know guys like Shane Fagan and Icy Mike from Hard You Hurt on YouTube. They have some tutorials on how to make your own double end bags, so you can definitely check them out. Boom. Other questions we got. We got Ken Bader. I'm 16. I've done MMA for a couple months now. I'm scared of checking my shins because my shins aren't hard like my instructors. Any tips on conditioning them fast? My number one tip is to realize that you cannot condition them fast. Just some hard truth for you there. Secondly, another hard truth is that they're almost always going to hurt. And so that's the fight game. If you're going to be fighting, pain is going to be involved on a day-to-day basis. And so just getting used to the pain is going to be super important. Also, you're a developing teenager, and so you're still growing into your body. Your bones are still strengthening and everything. But the best way to condition them is just kicking the heavy bag. Like you do 100 kicks every single day with your shin going across this heavy bag as hard as you can. And then make sure you take good recovery from them. I have on my YouTube channel, no BS tips for conditioning your shins. You can check that out. Sylvie Von Douglas, YouTube, she has some good videos on how to treat your shins and heal them in between your conditioning sessions. Essentially, apply hot pressure, so like liquid, dip like a towel in water, and then just kind of like push down on your shins and help with the bruising, help with the liquid buildup in your shins and everything as well. Run to help develop a little bit more calluses, I guess, in your shins. But mainly just kick shit. Just kick a hard, heavy bag a lot. Spar your instructor a lot. It's going to hurt, though. I have 35 fights, and you better believe it still fucking hurts when someone checks a kick or when I check a kick or anything. Unless you have like 300 fights and your shin nerves are completely numb, like some of these ties, it's always going to hurt. It's always going to hurt. So, sorry to be brutally honest, but that's just how the game is. AC, in your opinion, what's the best way to throw inside low kicks? So I finished 2 of my fights recently with inside low kicks, and I did that from southpaw against an orthodox fighter because I'm able to throw my left roundhouse super fucking hard, and the angling for that kick is just beautiful. If you want to do it from orthodox, fighting orthodox, I don't like to switch and do it because typically when I switch, the angle of my kick goes up. So if I switch and try to attack the inside low kick, sometimes I kick him in the balls, and I don't want to do that. I'm not a mean guy like that. And so typically I like to do a pendulum kick. So I like to just throw the jab, and I'll step my rear foot forward. Let me see if I can show you real quick. Give me a second. Boom. So you can see my computer and shit. Let me move this guy. Boom. See all these sexy gloves right here. I have a nice display for you. And then you can see me right here. Okay. So what I like to do is I'll jab, and as I jab, I'll step my back foot forward. And so this way it kind of sets up my left hip. So this way I can throw this kick. Or I'll throw a jab cross. And so this way my hip is rotated. And then this way my counter rotation can come into the inside low kick. Or sometimes I'll just throw a cross. So either a jab, and as I jab, I'll step forward. So I'll jab, boom, boom, kick like that. I'll throw a jab cross, and then I can hop into the low kick like that. Or I'll just throw a cross and then kick. Okay, let me lift this guy back up. Boom. Can't really see if this is high enough. I think it is though. All right. Killing the game. Let me move this back so it looks like I'm actually looking at the camera a little bit. Tips for a switch kick or any question mark kick. I have a good switch kick tutorial on my YouTube channel. Definitely check that out. But generally, don't jump. Right? I'll give you some quick tips. Don't jump. All right. Keep your eye levels the same. Keep your upper body the same, so this way your opponent can't see. Don't switch too big, and don't switch. If anything, you want to switch short, small. You want a small switch. You don't want a big switch because then your weight is shifted too many ways. Your base isn't strong. So you just want a nice quick switch kick, and just make sure you're rotating your body. A lot of people will not forget to rotate the body, and also practice throwing your. So if you're switch kicking from orthodox, it's your left kick, right? So go to southpaw and just practice your left kick just from southpaw without the switch, so you can feel what it's like to rotate your body and thrust your hip with your left kick. And then once you get a good feel for that, then go back to orthodox and then work on your switch. Question mark kick, it really has to do with hip dexterity. So make sure you're doing your yoga, motherfuckers, and just warming up your hips nice and easy. But essentially what you do, what helps me, let me see if I can get this, is you kind of swing your legs back and forth like this, right? Then as it's coming to the outside, that's the point where you're going to be doing the question mark kick. So my back hurts a little bit right now, so I'm not going to do that and risk looking like an asshole on camera. But check out some of Sanchez stuff, and maybe I'll make a question mark kick video one of these days. Okay? Sorry, I'm an old man, 33 years old. What's the difference between Muay Thai and left way? So left way, you can headbutt, boom, headbutt motherfuckers. They have no gloves, and you have to win by knockout. But they did just sanction it, and so there's actually you can win by decision now. But traditional left way. Another thing that's fucking crazy. You can get knocked the fuck out, but your corners have 2 minutes to revive you, and then you can continue fighting. So it is a savage sport. I get asked a lot if I would do it. Fuck that. I'm already crazy enough fighting Muay Thai, you know? Left way and headbutting people doesn't really appeal to me. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. All right. We got about, I'll say like 10, 15 minutes left, so let's see what we got. What's up, Ruben? Ragoon Unlimited. Sorry, the lighting. Hey man, great content, thank you. About the inside low kick, which way do you like to block check those? As like a quick little, someone's attacking my lead kick, either just quick check across my body like this, or I'll slide this back. Nice and easy. Boom, there's your answer. Because, those are the cross check is pretty simple. That's how Chris Weidman broke Anderson Silva's leg, was just that cross check. Try to attack that leg kick. Cross check, but if you can't, just slide that leg back as well. Question from Chad: update on summer Greece retreat. There are no updates right now. To be honest, we're just not gonna force it unless it's kind of easy. And so, if anything, it'll probably be closer to the end of summer, like August or September. But I'm not holding my breath because the way the world is, and the way the vaccines are rolling out, and the way you travel and everything is, I have a feeling that most things aren't going to be anywhere near back to normal in 2021. I feel like 2022 is where it's going to be at. But I'll definitely, if you haven't, go to MuayThaiVacations.com and sign up for updates there, and I'll make sure to give you updates, or you can join the Muay Thai Vacations Facebook group where I'll be giving updates as well. But right now there are no real updates. We're just waiting. The issue is if I leave the country, Thailand, and then I come back, I have to do a 14-day quarantine, and there's a lot of paperwork and stuff that I need to do. So for me right now, we have 2 dogs, and we just have a really good flow of life right now, and it's just too much of an inconvenience to leave, potentially have to do quarantine when we leave for 14 days, pay for that quarantine, and then come back to Thailand, do another quarantine for 14 days, pay for that quarantine. Just doesn't make sense. Boom. But Greece, man, that's like where I want. If I travel anywhere, the first place I want to go is definitely Greece, and back home in New York to see my family and friends. How often would you run a week leading up to a fight? Every day. Every day. No running, no Muay Thai. Literally every day. Every single fucking day. Boom. There's the answer. Da, da, da. What's the difference between a speed Muay Thai kick and a normal one? A speed one is more fast. The normal one is not. I don't know. But a speed one is just, I guess the angle is a little bit quicker, and you're not really worried about driving too much power. So it's just going to be more focused on the quickness and trying to land the kick quick. Whereas a normal one might be a little bit more powerful. With a speed kick, you also might not be rotating your hip or your body as much. So this way it can be quicker to land. And with a normal or more powerful one, you're going to make sure you're rotating and really driving through your kick. There you go. Best form of cardio. Please don't say running. I hate running. Guess what? Running. That's the best. That's the best form of cardio for Muay Thai as far as I'm concerned. But there's also substitutions that you can do. You can bike. Right? Biking is very good. Swimming, man. It's funny. I used to be a lifeguard. I used to actually be a decent swimmer. But now, fuck, swimming a couple laps will wipe me the fuck out. But swimming is really good. Jumping rope's really good. One thing is, like, I used to not like running as well. It was a little insight. And I used to try to find every way to avoid it. But same with the clinch. Like, once I actually embraced the fact that running is going to make me better and clinching is going to make me better, and I started to learn to love it for what it is, I enjoy running. I'm not training for a fight, but I still run every single day. It's like a nice meditation, especially outside. I love running outside with nature. Sometimes I'll listen to podcasts. Sometimes I won't listen to anything. I would really say try to learn to love running. There's a good book called Running with the Mind of Meditation. I don't remember who the author is, but that gave me some new insightful thoughts on how to approach running in a more mindful way. And since I've read that, I've definitely been a lot more present and aware when I'm running. And yeah, like I said, I just like it. And like the feeling that you get after you run is really nice too. So yeah, I would recommend running if you can. I used to hate it as well, but if you love Muay Thai, you should learn to love running if you can. I know that's not the answer that you wanted. I apologize. Ken Bader, conditioning your shins is one thing, but how do I train the muscles around my shins? Running. Run, everyone, run. Just run. Just run. You know, the Thais are the OGs of the sport, right? They're the best of the sport. You know what every Thai does? They run. They run every single day. And also kicking, because kicking, you're going to be coming up on your the balls of your feet and developing your calf muscles. So Thais run and kick a shitload. And so that's why they're so fucking good, you know. But just keep training. Just keep training. That's like the best way to get in good shape, right? How do I program to train at home? My current routine feels repetitive. Well, I got something for you. If you didn't sign up for the 5-day challenge, do that. And then on January 28th, I'm reopening the Fighter's Body membership, which is a 12-month progressive bodyweight at-home Muay Thai training program. And it ain't your fucking cardio kickboxing group fitness class where they're teaching you how to punch like this or knee like this. All right. I'm actually teaching you the techniques and the combinations and the footwork and the mindset that I've developed and I use inside the ring. So sign up at thefightersbody.com. I put a lot of time and effort into it, and I really have shared all my knowledge in regards to just Muay Thai in that membership, because not only are you learning how to strike like a Muay Thai fighter, but there's also phase 6 is just boxing. So you're learning how to bob and weave, you're learning how to shift like Tyson, you're learning how to move and shuffle like Ali. And then phase 5 is kicking like a Thai. So we do a lot of focus on how to kick like walkout, how to switch kick like walkout, how to throw powerful kicks like Yats and Clyde. Month 2 is all about balance and control. So you really focus on just developing that balance of the ballerina. So this way you can kick with more power and control and also be ready to defend. Speaking of defense, month 3 is all about defense, where we focus on leaning back, certain defensive maneuvers, certain footwork movements and patterns. We do a lot of shifting. And then once you get into month 7, month 8, month 9, month 7 is fight like walkout. Month 8 is fight like Sanchai. Month 9 is fight like Yats and Clyde. Month 10 is fight like Ramon Deckers. And yeah, it's just you get to learn the exact techniques and have the fight footage supplemented with them. Plus, you have an awesome community. Plus, you have a nutrition crash course. Plus, you have the opportunity to win some free stuff as long as you're doing the workouts. Because the cool thing is, if you are, so every week is a new scorecard, right? So every week you're supposed to fill out a scorecard to kind of keep track of your progress and hold yourself accountable. I throw in random prizes for filling out the scorecards. Sometimes you win a free t-shirt. Sometimes you win free shorts, and eventually you'll win free gloves. And also there's a bunch of extra bonus like breakdowns, fight breakdowns, sparring breakdowns, and all this kind of stuff. So it's really some next level shit. So definitely check out thefightersbody.com. Otherwise, you can check out my YouTube channel. There's a bunch of free videos there. But if you want a progressive program with full workouts of like 30 to 45 minutes plus, also with yoga, also with some heavy bag workouts, you got it all. So if you're stuck at home in lockdown, you don't have a gym to train at, or even you do have a gym to train at, but you want to supplement your training and really take it to the next level, check out The Fighter's Body, opening January 28th. But sign up for the 5-day challenge so you can get some insight on what it's all about. And also I'm going to be giving away some great tips on how to stay motivated and how to just rip shit up. All right. Okay, so let's do, we got time for 2 more questions. And then I'm going to give away a free t-shirt, and we're going to wrap up because my computer is dying. How do you mentally prepare for a fight you know you'll lose? First off, don't ever fucking think that you know that you'll lose. That right there, you've already lost. So like, why even fight? Why even fight? If you have that kind of mentality, why even fight? Okay. Secondly, you should work on meditation. You should make sure you're surrounding yourself with positive people who believe in you. You have to learn how to believe in yourself. You have to watch motivational videos. You have to put in the work. One of the best ways to train mentally for a fight is train physically for a fucking fight. If you're putting in the work day in and day out, you're doing everything you possibly can to make sure you're prepared for a fight. You better believe you're fucking confident going into a fight. But if you're cutting corners, you're slacking off, you're not running, you're not doing what your coach is telling you to do, then you're going to think that you're going to lose the fight. And so don't ever think that you're guaranteed to lose a fucking fight. Otherwise, why are you fighting, man? You know, I challenge you to question your reasons why you're fighting if you know you lose. Bitch, you won't know you lose. If you know you lose, it's like the self-fulfilling prophecy, you know? Like it's okay to understand that you could lose and that you could get knocked out and that things could go terribly wrong. But you don't want to focus on that, and you don't want to believe that's happening. You want to be prepared for that. So if it does happen, it doesn't like break you mentally. But just having that mindset already, I can tell that you need to make sure you're surrounding yourself with the right people. Do some meditation, do some self-work in regards to looking deeper inside yourself and why you think that. Why do you think you're guaranteed to lose? Because that is not a good mindset to have. This is not good. 2 more questions. I know I said 2 more before, but I got 2 more. Maxwell, if you could fight in current or retired fighter, who would it be? I would love to fight Kevin Ross. He was my first interview on my Muay Thai Guy podcast. He was an inspiration to me as an American Nak Muay, wanting to just really push myself and develop myself as a fighter. And so being able to fight him would be fucking amazing. And then fighting Sanchez. I know. Yes, I would. After I just said, how do you prepare mentally for a fight that you know you probably lose? Well, Sanchez is the greatest of all time, but it would be awesome to fight him and just know that I shared the ring with a legend of his caliber and know that I can just add that to my Muay Thai bucket list. 1 more question. What you got? Boom, 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 boom. And also, I know that you guys had a bunch of questions that we probably didn't get to. I appreciate you all. I'll try to be getting back to these questions after this live. I'll respond to them via typing, but just to let you know, I love you. I appreciate your questions. I don't remember your name, but damn, this moderator is great at his job, isn't he? Scott. Scott's the man. Man, he helps run Muay Thai Guy. He helps run Nak Muay Nation. He helps me do the things that I love to do, like these lives. And so, yeah, definitely show him some love. When can we see you fight again? TJ wants to know. I don't know. Right now, there's no fights in Thailand. I do want to fight sometime this year. I would imagine it would probably be like April, May, June. Kind of going with the flow. But right now, I'm focusing on the Fighter's Body membership and all the members inside there, trying to give them quality content, quality accountability, and coaching so this way they can sculpt the mind and body of a fighter and feel confident in their skills as well. And I still have a couple more months to film of that before it has a whole 12 months completely done. But yeah, ideally in a couple months. So 1 more question. Do 1 more question, Scott. I got 8%. You ever take a week or two off? Yeah, hell yeah. After fights, a lot of people will be like, no, get right back in the gym, bro. You just need to fucking keep pushing. Fuck that. After a fight, I'm on vacation, bitch. I'm going out. I'm going like, not out, but I'm going to the beach. I'm going to the spa. I have a different type of party attitude. My partying is like getting a fucking massage and chilling the fuck out. But yeah. All right, so my computer's gonna die, so I want to give away a free T-shirt, and I'll do a free T-shirt and free shorts. Boom. Okay. I'll have some questions for you once I think of it. I can't think of funny questions. I ask this question all the time, but who was the one fighter to beat Yazincai, Walkout, and Saenchai? Hint, he is a coach at Evolve MMA. Boom, boom, boom. First one to get this question will win a free shirt. Boom. If this cuts out, I'm sorry. But I'll try to make sure that you get some free stuff regardless. Who's got the answer to the question? Who beat Saenchai, Yazincai, and Walkout? Boom. He is a coach at Evolve MMA. Liam Harrison is not the answer. Liam Harrison didn't beat any of them, I don't think. But that's a good guess because he's one of the best foreigner Nak Muay in the world. It is a tie. It was a tie. Look at the Evolve MMA website, yo. Arono. Boom. There you go, Chad. You win. Free T-shirt. Boom. Please email support@nakmuaynation.com with your information. And just let them know that you won, and Scott will hook you up with a free shirt. Free shorts, huh? All right. Who was the first fighter? So I hosted my first Thailand training camp at Kang Sita in Bangkok about 5 years ago. Who was the first fighter to teach a seminar there? Saenchai was the second fighter. Who was the first fighter? He is a clinch master. He is one of the most decorated fighters of all time. He's not as well known. He's soft-spoken. Namsak Nine. Nope. That is a good guess. He's a fucking gangster. Starts with, I won't say what it starts with yet. He's not at Evolve MMA anymore, I don't think. He used to be. He was a clinch fighter. It's not Karat. Nope. Was it Scott? Was not Scott. Walkout. Nope. We haven't had Walkout in for a seminar yet. Hurry, guys. Only got 5%. Wasn't it Simon Chai? Started with a P. Starts with a P. Wasn't Diesel Noy. Good guess. He is a clinch fighter. He's still he's not active anymore. Banishik? Nope. It's a Thai fighter. Paul did teach a seminar at the fight at the Thailand training camp. So starts with a P. He's a clinch fighter. Arono. Give you another hint. He was one of the fighters who fought Saenchai in the 2-versus-1 fight. Boom, Peshpoon Shu. Who got that? Pablo, you motherfucker. You get a free pair of shorts. Well done. Just email support@nakmuaynation.com. Make sure you say your name and your answer so this way Scott knows. But really appreciate you guys. Just one more shout out. These boxing gloves, boom, they're for sale. $20 off right now. These are brand new in the shop, just got added. And for the next 24 hours, they are $20 off. They are double strap gloves, premium leather, next level shit. I've been using them for months now. These are the sample gloves, and they've been high quality. So I hope you like them. They have a 30-day warranty as well. So if anything malfunctions with them, you get a free new pair sent right to you. That's how much I believe in these guys. So go check them out. Let me know what you think. Thank you guys for all the love and support. I'll be doing another live Monday night, 8 a.m. Eastern. Check it out. Set a reminder. Don't fucking miss it. I'll be giving away free Nak Muay Nation gloves. What?